What's up, y'all? Welcome, man. Come on in, like I always say, to the Darion LH show. Let me tell y'all, I am loving this pivot series that we're having. Just hearing from so many people about how they've been pivoting in their lives. Like, it's just been so inspirational to me just to look back on it, just to realize that I am not alone in this moment, just with the struggles and also the joys as well of just going out on entrepreneurship and just betting on yourself and just getting at it and getting to it. So when I had that in my mind, y'all, about just getting into it, I've been meeting people around here in Charlotte, and one person that I feel as if fit right into that mode, y'all, was my barber, Brandon Harris. So I have him now here with me. Brandon Harris in the building, Mr. B. Crispy.
Yes, sir.
Himself. What it do, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real good.
Man,
happy to be here with you, man.
It is so good to, man, listen to me. Like, and hold on. Let me just tell y'all, okay? This man is like, I don't even know the word for it, but when it comes to social media, this is the guy. This is the guy. I'd be weak, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times social media stuff be so damn corny. You know what I'm saying?
For real,
I'd be
for real.
like, bro, like, get off my timeline with that.
Yeah.
But I'd be weak, bro. Like, so we're going to get into the social media and everything. We're going to get into all of that. We're going to get into, even the prices. I had a question about that too, man. Because listen, this man, we talk about getting your price. This man gets his prices, let me tell you. But let's just start off with just the origin, man. Let's go back to the D, okay? Let's go back to Detroit. Man, growing up in Detroit, what was that like?
Man, growing up in Detroit is definitely different. Detroit is like one of those cities that is extremely like gritty, Right now it's not like they kind of turning it around. It wasn't the best city growing up, you know what I mean? A lot of poverty and stuff like that, but it definitely created me to be the person that I am today. Just learning how to deal with people and being street savvy. It definitely changed your mindset on a lot of things. And then obviously like the Detroit hustle, People from Detroit know how to hustle and get to it, man. And I think that's what kind of made me want to become an entrepreneur, just because I seen a lot of people do it and a lot of individuals doing it growing up.
Yeah. And I feel as if it goes back to just the origin of like Detroit. Like when it goes back to Motown and those, artists, they were on the grind.
They were.
I think so many times, we look at Michael Jackson and everyone who came out of Motown and it's like, okay, they're this grand figure now.
You're right.
They were grinding and they were grinding. Anita Baker too.
Yeah.
They were grinding in the streets of Detroit.
Yeah.
And I remember going there for an interview that I had at WDIV, one of the news stations, one of the top news stations there.
Yeah.
And just the history of Detroit was just so inspiring to me.
Yeah, even with like Motor City, like, the Ford plants and you got Chrysler, you got GM, you got all that there. So a lot of people, especially like my grandparents, they all worked at the factories and they literally made a living off the factories there, So Motor City, man, Detroit, you definitely going to learn how to work hard and hustle hard.
Yeah. So is that where you were like, you know what, I'm going to get into barbering?
Yeah, so, growing up in the city, right down the street from my house, my uncle, he owned a barber shop. His name was Wu. And at the barber shop, it was just like the community thing. Everybody went there. Everybody was hanging out there, and they was cutting hair, getting a haircut. And I was inspired. I was inspired by the people there, and I was inspired by how, the business was ran, the people coming in and out, people coming in and getting transformations. They walk out a different person. Yeah. That interests me. So that's kind of when I got my inspiration from. Once my uncle knew I was cutting hair, he was like, man, why you ain't telling me you wanted to cut hair? And I ended up telling him like, yeah. So he kind of broke it down to me, and I kind of learned the roots from him.
Absolutely. Because that's like I remember doing a series when I worked in Myrtle Beach. And the first part of the Black History Month series was the cornerstone of the Black community. And in my eyes, that's the barbershop.
Yeah.
It's literally the cornerstone of our community. When we talk about having political debates, when we're talking about, basketball, football, you know what I mean? What's happening on in the community.
Yeah.
It's at the barbershop. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's where you go and get stuff. You need, the booster coming in with the good stuff. You know what
people
I'm saying?
coming in with food and plates.
Listen, that's at the barbershop. You started something new. That was the barbershop. That's where you announced it at. Like, it was almost like the Instagram before the Instagram.
Literally.
You know what I mean? Like,
literally. Before Instagram, The barbershop was the place where you build your clientele.
Yeah.
The barbershop, if you had a hustle or a business, you pass your business cards out, you let people sample things, try things. The barbershop was the staple of the community. I could definitely agree on that.
And it still is in some instances. I know a lot of barbers like yourself are going with the more private situation, which we're going to talk to in a minute because, even myself, I prefer that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I love the barbershop, but you still keep that culture within that. But before we get to that part, let's talk about even just the transition from Detroit. You went from Detroit to Ohio, and now you're down here in Charlotte. What came from that transition?
So growing up, a lot of people, they would tell me, like, even my own mom, like, you might not make that much money being a barber. So I decided to go to college in Ohio. I went to University of Toledo, graduated with my bachelor's degree in public relations, and I minored in entrepreneurship. So I did that. I really didn't want to go to college. Honestly, I just didn't really want to go to college. I felt like it was a waste of time and waste of money. But now that I'm in the barbering realm and I have to run a business, now I see it help me with task management and time management and meeting deadlines and getting things done, emailing. So it did help me in a way. And then also with social media, like I know social media, but really, really well. So went to college in Ohio. Once I was done, I ended up going to cosmetology school at Paul Mitchell in Toledo. And then once I did that, I kind of just started my journey from there. Worked at the barber shop in Ohio. It was a little shop called Cliff's Corner Barber Shop, kind of hood shop. I did that for a little bit. And then, my clients, they were like, man, you have a different kind of feel. Like you cut hair good. The atmosphere doesn't match, the barbershop that you're in. So we feel like you need to do something a little bit bigger. So I ended up opening up like a small little barber shop. It was just me and another guy. It was kind of like I had my own suite. He had his own suite. And I did that for up to COVID. And then during COVID, I transitioned to home base. And that's kind of like where everything kind of took off for me when it came to like content, when it came to getting personal with my clients and price point. Like I actually saw I can actually do what I want as long as the service is good and the haircut is good. And then from Ohio, I came to Charlotte.
Came to Charlotte. the Queen City.
The Queen City.
The Queen City. Well, you came to Charlotte lightly, though, because you stay like literally like on like a hop, jump, and a skip away from South Carolina.
Yeah. That's true. I'm literally right there. You can walk outside across the street, you in South Carolina.
And you're down in South Carolina. So, but, I mean, it's still a great part of the city. I go to a lot of places down there, the movie theaters down there. So it's a good place, I feel as if, to really, like, raise a family, like, in that part. Like, did you see that from like the move to Charlotte, like,
so
in a better space?
So transitioning from Ohio to Charlotte, me and my wife, we came to the decision that we wanted to give our kids a little bit more diversity. Ohio, especially, it's like a red state, so it's not that much diversity. And then moving to Charlotte, we saw the diversity. The area that I live in now, currently Pineville/Ballantyne area, it's family oriented. It's super family oriented. Movie theaters, restaurants, they're all close by. So it was an area that we really wanted to live in. And I could be honest with you, man, the transition was not easy. The transition was not easy at all. In Ohio, I was making good money. I was making six figures easily. And my wife was comfortable. My kids were comfortable. But me and my wife, we just knew we wanted to give our kids like more of a life. And me and my wife, we weren't happy in Ohio. It just wasn't enough for us. Being a young married couple, interracial couple at that, it just wasn't. Ohio just wasn't suiting us. So making that transition to Charlotte, buying U-Hauls, packing up everything, getting rid of my barbershop, selling all my equipment and stuff. It was a headache. It was honestly a headache, and it was definitely a hard time. I even thought about turning around and going back, man. Really. Just because coming here, not knowing anyone. I have no family here in the Charlotte area, and having that support system was gone. So
that's important with kids.
Oh man,
you're talking about bringing kids into it.
It's huge.
Hell, that's why people get a dog.
Yeah, it's huge. A dog is like having a whole
I
other
know,
kid.
at least I can like just pay a daycare and
Right.
like just throw them in there and like board them up. But like you talking about kids,
Yeah.
like I just can't leave my kids to go, you know what I'm saying, make a move or something,
Right,
right? Like
right.
that's just different. Not having grandma down the street,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, to kind of say, Mama, you got it right, you know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
it's harder.
So it was definitely a hard transition. You know, my wife, she's been a stay-at-home wife for the past 5 years.
Right.
So she had to go to work because my barbering business wasn't picking up at the time. So that was a different transition for us.
Yeah.
But now looking at everything, I can definitely say it's beauty in it because now we live in the same lifestyle that we're living in Ohio, but better. You know, we're back comfortable. It took 2 years to do it, but we're back comfortable. She's back stay at home, and my kids have way more resources now and things to do. We might not have the family aspect of it, but people can travel.
Absolutely.
People can travel.
Absolutely. So when you were in that mindset, because I feel as if we always, in a way, get there where it's like, you know what, I gotta go back. You know what I mean? Or I gotta redirect. I gotta go back to what I was doing maybe before because that was just working so hard. What kept you motivated to be like, you know what? Let me just keep this going. Let me just hold out.
Yeah, no, that makes logical sense. I mean, honestly, man, you know, I went back maybe like once or twice a month just to get the feel. And then when I used to go back to Ohio and then come back to Charlotte, you could obviously tell the lifestyle was way better. So the lifestyle motivated me. Waking up and seeing my kids and like I want something better for my children, that motivated me to keep going, you know. And that's it still works to this day. That's what make me clock in and go to work every day. You know what I mean? Just
Clock
because
in
of that.
early
Clock
too.
in early
Clock
too.
in early too. This is the only man, by the way. This is the only man who I know. The only barber that I know is up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
like cutting hair.
It's crazy.
Like
It's crazy.
even this past week, I think we had with a 5:30.
Yeah,
I'm like, this man is crazy. But it's crazy how beneficial it is for people like myself.
Yeah.
That's just like, bro, like I don't want to go after work because I'm just ready to get home.
Yeah.
I work all day, so I don't have really time to really go during the day.
Right.
And it's just like I can get this done literally before I go to work, and then I'm looking good that whole day too.
Yeah. It's convenient.
It's so convenient.
It's convenient.
Bro.
It's convenient, man. And I started doing that, like waking up early, 5:30, 6 o'clock, cutting hair. I say about 4 years ago, and when I was in Ohio. And honestly, at first it was tough, but I noticed that, you know, I love that reaction from my clients. Like, man, you're the only barber I know that can do this.
Yeah.
So I try to separate myself from the rest of the industry by doing that, you know.
Absolutely. So when you came here, did you go into an actual barbershop or did you just say, you know what, I'm still going to stay with my own spot?
Great question. So during COVID, before I moved, I was at home base. I literally set up a barbershop in my crib, and I literally cut hair a little bit during COVID and a little bit after. And then we made the transition to move here. So when I moved here, it's crazy. I had the portfolio. I had the Instagram. I think I had like 17K on Instagram at the time. And I would go and contact barbers, and they'll see my portfolio. And I think it would intimidate them. Like, we want to put this dude in commission. We don't want this dude to come in, take clientele, and leave. So it was difficult for me to find a gig at the barbershop just because they wanted younger barbers. They really didn't want seasoned barbers. And then the suite prices were extremely expensive. Like, you'll pay in Charlotte $1,100 to $2,000 for a sweet spot to cut hair out of. So I was like, you know what? I'm about to do what I did at home. I'm going to set me a barbershop at the crib. I'm going to find me a place to cut at, and I'm going to invest my money at home. And honestly, it's been the best thing I could have ever did, man.
Really?
Oh, man, the best thing. I could just wake up, go straight downstairs, cut hair.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's how you can do 5:36
Yeah.
Because you're not getting up, having to drive there, unlock the door, turn on the lights. Like, all right, you outside. All right, cool. All right, come.
Right.
I'm going down the stairs. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, that's super cool.
Yeah.
So when it came to actually building your clientele, what did that look like going from literally nothing? Because it's different, like you was talking about, being in a barbershop, because you're naturally getting those people coming in that maybe just need like a quick cut. Starting off at home in a new city where you don't know anyone.
Difficult.
What did you do?
So this is where my degree kicked in at. You know, obviously I was a PR major, but my classes focused on blogging. Blogging is just an old terminology for social media, pretty much. So I used my advertising skills that I learned in college, and I just put it on the forefront. Advertising, posting content every single day, making sure that I reach out to local influencers and public figures and try to get them in my chair. So downloading booking apps that actually does the marketing for you, like Booksy and the Cut app. These apps, they kind of do the marketing for you. Usually people log in and they're looking for a barber close in the area, and they can find you. So marketing and advertising and social media was like my big things that I did. And without social media, without that Instagram account, I wouldn't have been able to progress like the way that I am now. So I think if anybody is a business owner and you're making that transition, you gotta post content. I'm telling you, it's the fastest way to get out there to clients and potential customers.
Yeah. You motivated me, honestly.
Really?
Man, let me tell you, be honest. I don't know if I ever told you that. Like, you motivated me to post more.
Yeah.
I mean, like on my main page when I used to like work in news, like I never really posted. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like for me, it was just always just so cheesy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
It was
yeah,
just
I
like,
agree
you
with
keep
you.
posting yourself and pictures and videos.
I agree with you.
Like, whoa.
I was the same way.
But like when you move into, I feel as if a new space, when you're trying to, like you said, build upon yourself, when
Right.
you're trying to build a brand, when you're trying to build something, you're going to have to post.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people are going to be looking for those posts.
I agree.
And in order for more people to see your posts, you got to keep it going. You
Yeah.
got to keep it moving, you know? So even seeing just how much you post and the frequency,
Yeah.
like, you know, I really appreciated that because when I started, you know, this show, the Darian LA show,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I have to then get into that mode.
Right.
You know, and I
Yeah.
have to be intentional about it.
Yes.
And more intentional that I even thought I had to be. I had to be like 10 times more intentional because I have to put myself out there.
You're right. I like to tell people like this, man, and to put it in simpler terms, one post can reach 1 million people. If you stand outside right now of where we at now and you pass out a business card to every person you'll see, I'll reach more people on social media than you just passing out a business card. So I think that's why I think it's important to post because of the reach. Like it's easy reach and it's free. All you got to do is all it costs is time. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And speaking of the time, you do it. Bro, I still remember, like, it was like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I had just got out I think I was making a left out of your complex.
Yeah.
And I got the notification that it was posted like on Instagram.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah,
and I was like, bruh,
everybody said
I
that.
just left. Like, I just left.
All my barber homies, all my friends, business owners, all my clients, they're really shocked on how fast I can edit content and post it.
Yes.
I'm more of a realist. I like to post content real time. Just because I like to be honest with my followers. I like my followers to know what I got going on and stuff like that. So the trick to me editing, I'm editing as soon as I sit down to get free time. A lot of people don't do that. They'll wait till at night.
Same.
If I'm eating lunch, I'm editing content. So
That's discipline.
I'm a geek when it comes to the content. I'm a geek when it comes to the content. I'm gonna be real.
It works though.
But it works. And it pays off.
It works.
It pays
off.
off.
It works. And honestly, it's almost like even when you're just trying to get reviews from people.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like you're asking me for a review, but then you're not. But then you're making it easy.
Right.
Right. Because you posting that. Okay. Cool. Bam. All I got to do now is just repost it.
Right.
That's an easy review. You know what I mean? Like,
it's easy.
you know, and you're in control of that review, right?
Right.
Because it's like I could take a picture and be like, he didn't really get that side because I kind of went in on
Yeah,
that. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
I went in on the fade. He really showed the line, but I went in on the fade.
Right.
You did get to control exactly what people are saying.
Right.
And I feel as if like that's just really just the dope side of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be honest with you, it's another, I guess I'm beefing you up, posting you up. Let me tell you, and shout out to my old barbers, Melvin in South Carolina, Jerome in St. Louis. But I have never got as many compliments on my hair as much as I got compliments. Bro, I message you every time because I'm like, these people are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? When I was in Atlanta a couple weeks ago and like I was sitting there like Boy Taco knocking down the taco.
Yeah.
And this dude came up, he was like, bro, yo, fresh. I'm like, I appreciate it, bro. Like,
That's fire, man.
Back
That's
to my taco. But like, let me tell you, like, you are good at what you do and you are very timely with it as well.
I appreciate
it. And as someone, you know what I'm saying, who sits in the chair, like, I can tell just your confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your confidence in what you're doing, where it's not like, I mean, you can tell when a barber isn't confident Because
Yeah.
you keep going back to that
It's
line. You
yup.
keep going back to that line. You keep going back to the fade.
Fade,
I can
yup.
tell that you're not confident in this cut.
Yeah.
And it then makes me nervous because, like, where the mirror at? As soon as this shit
Yeah,
over
like,
with.
why is you
know
going
what I'm
over this
saying?
so many
Like, bro,
times?
like, you gonna put you. I might literally have a bruise on the side of my line if you keep going back to that
Same
same
spot.
spot. You know what I'm saying? Quit playing with me, bro. This ain't gonna be the way I need it to be. You know what I'm saying? So, but I can just tell your confidence in what you're doing, like as you're going through the cut, which I think is dope. How did you get that confidence?
Honestly, it's I tell people when it comes to speed and confidence when cutting hair, it's all about your reps. Repetition matters. Experience matters.
Yeah.
So I've been cutting hair practicing since the age of 13. I started professionally cutting hair when I was 20. I'm 31 years old now. So I got a lot of time underneath my belt. I know when the haircut is done. And I also know the first time you do something, it's going to be the best way it looks.
Yeah.
So every time you're trying to go over something, trying to fix a blend, go over something, you're only going to mess it up or raise the fade higher or push the line back. So the execution at the first that you put the clipper on the client head got to be right the first time. Yeah. So I also think that it helps that I cut hair all day. Like I put reps in. Like I literally cut hair all day, 12-hour shifts. 80 people sometimes in a week is crazy. But by doing that, it gives me the ability to know, like, I know when this look good. I know this look good. And the content helps too. Yeah. Because when you whip that camera out and you're literally showing off that haircut, the camera won't lie. The camera will let you know if it's good or not.
Nope.
The camera not gonna lie. So, just a repetition. Like you got to make sure that you put your reps in, man. And I cut a lot of heads, so it just come with the time.
And that's within anything, honestly. Just making sure you're getting those reps in. You know
with
what
everything,
I mean? Because that's gonna make your expertise level just
Bingo.
raise just so much. You know what I'm saying, within that moment.
Yeah.
And just speaking of it, you know what I'm saying. Now I know you were just talking about coming to Charlotte and not really having any clientele whatsoever.
Yeah.
And now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I like to think that I'm known a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Gabe is known too. Shout out to Gabe. Shout out to Gabe, you know what I'm saying, on sports. But you know what I'm saying? But you also cut Panthers players' head too.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you tapping into that, which I think it goes back to one, expertise, but then also just your availability.
Yeah.
And just being in a spot where you're just alone. Like you're in your own space.
Yeah. I think having a private space definitely helps. I know a lot of people don't like to go to barber shops. I know some people love it and some people hate it. It's really usually no in between. And sometimes the conversations can be loud. Sometimes the things that the barber's talking about could be vulgar. So in that private, intimate setting like I have at home, I'm able to create the atmosphere. I'm able to give clients the feeling that they want. You know what I mean? So I have it down to the T. I know what my clients like to watch. I know what my clients like to hear from music. I know the conversations my clients want to talk about because I understand their lifestyle. Every client has a different lifestyle. I might got a lawyer, I throw in politics. I might got somebody like you, I throw in the news. I know I got some young clients, they want to listen to hip hop and rap. I might throw in you music videos. But every client is different. And then also, having an intimate setting, you're able to maximize your profit because you can charge more. People want that intimate setting. You're coming into my private setting and you're able to sit back and relax and not have to worry about a thing. So I think it definitely helps.
Yeah. Speaking of that, charging more and everything, let me tell y'all. So listen, so I got exposed to you from Gabe.
Yeah.
Gabe, once again, it goes back to what we were talking about before, social media. He just shared your post.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I'm like, oh, dude, cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Dude is cold. I'm like, let me go ahead and just check in. So went to the website. Website said the entry fee was $75. I said, whoa.
Yeah.
This dude is crazy. You know what I'm saying? This dude is crazy. But I see the work. I see the quality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I checked the, the actual, calendar, and I saw the availability, which is, I think, two things that people, like myself look for is availability and talent. You know what I'm saying? So how did you even get to that $75? Like, listen, all new clients, you coming up off of $75.
Yeah. So when I first moved to Charlotte, obviously I had no clients. And then obviously with social media and marketing, I built up my clientele. So now I'm to the point where I'm extremely busy. I don't book clients out. Like some people book clients out throughout the month on the calendar. Like, hey, let me book your next appointment, and then they book you on the same day every week or every 2 weeks. I don't do that because I understand as men, we get busy. We got a lot of stuff, a lot of priorities. So I know we're not going to know our schedule in advance. So I'd rather have my site open so you can book when you feel. But it got to the point where new clients, I was getting so many new clients, it was getting overwhelming because I might get a client that come in, he ain't had a haircut in 6 months. Whew. So that's messing up
takes time.
Yeah, that's messing up my rotation because most of my clients, there are every weekers, every 2 weekers. So I already know what you're getting. I know what you're expecting. It's easy. And those new clients, they expect a lot. So I'm like, you know what? I looked at my books. I looked at my how much I was making per year, per month. I don't really need no new clients. I'm getting literally 80% returning clients every month. So I'm set. I'm good. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to cut no new clients. I'm going to charge them more. Just to get in with me, it's like an entry fee. I'm gonna charge them more. So at the time when I started cutting your hair, it was $75. Now it's $100. Bottom line, now it's $100.
Oh, dude, went crazy.
And what's crazy, they paying it.
They gonna pay it.
They paying it.
They
man.
are going to pay it. Once you show the quality of the work.
Yeah.
People will pay it.
Yeah, they paying it.
And I think so many times we get into our heads.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I ain't really sure. Like, I mean, for you, it's like, I'm busy enough.
Yeah,
like,
I'm busy enough.
He's either going to pay for it or you not.
I was worried at first, though.
You
I'm not going to cap. I was worried at first. I'm like, man, I'm charging new clients $100. I don't think nobody going to book this. I'm talking about, I did this on Sunday. Mm-hmm. By Monday, I already had a due book. That fast, $100, boom, new client. And then what's crazy, I put it in the description so well, I want to learn your hair. I know it's going to take me more time. Like, I give you why I'm charging you in this price. Yeah. And when they come in, they respect it. They're like, I love that you're doing that. They be like, I mess with that. I love that you're doing that. I respect that. So,
that's what we want.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we want. When like, I think as men, we just hate just showing up and then you just doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
You haven't asked me. I mean, you asked me what I want, and I said I wanted a fade. But, like, really get to know what's going on. Get to know my hair texture.
Get to the details.
Maybe I got like I think upon a time, like I think my hairline receded a little bit. But anyway, it was like upon a time where like my hair was twisted. I don't know.
You got a colic. You got a colic in the front. It's
I had it, and it's just like if you don't understand that and what to do with that, you pushing it back because you don't want to deal with it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's important to really know who you're dealing with.
I agree with
you.
You
know what I'm saying? The hair texture. Know exactly what I want. So I'll pay that.
Yeah.
You know, including like you said, other people will too. So they really tapping into it.
They tapping into it. They comfortable with it. Hey, it don't bother me. I'm still making my money. I'm doing good. Numbers still keep rising. So obviously the transition was good for me, but I just love my regular clients. I'm gonna be honest. I love my regular clients. Mm-hmm. I really get to know y'all as a person. I really get to know your lifestyle. I get to understand what you're about. And the more and more you keep coming, the better I'm gonna get with your hair. So I like my returning clients, but new clients, I'm still taking. I love them too, but it's a little bit more work because I get comfortable with y'all.
Exactly.
Get so comfortable with y'all.
True. But you also, as well as, bringing in new clients, keeping us returning clients there, you also are inspiring other barbers, which I think is so amazing. Like once I started going to you, of course, followed you. Yeah. You added me into, what's your group called again?
It's called Be Crispy Gang.
Be Crispy Gang. He added me into that. So I didn't know what it was. A lot of people, invite you into like Instagram groups. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. Yeah,
you don't know what you're going to get.
I don't know what I'm getting into. So when you added me, I ain't going to lie. This shit, I'm like, it's another damn group. Like, you know what I'm saying? Another damn group. I'm like, bro, I don't want to delete myself because I best would do. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, what I got to do with this? I ain't no barber.
Right.
But then I started reading.
Yeah.
I started actually reading what you were posting in there. And again, it helped me. I'm like, dang. I mean, because you post about consistency. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You post about, staying on your toes. You know what I'm saying? Staying competitive, trying new things and just everything. And I'm like, wait. I need this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's barber-centric, but it applies to everyone.
I agree with you.
And I just started really appreciating it. So what made you want to even start that group and, like, get going with that?
So fresh out of school, like barber school, cosmetology school, I noticed that a lot of barbers, they kind of gatekeep. They didn't really want to help or teach you. you would ask certain questions and you wouldn't get a response. Or if you tried to ask a local barber, they didn't want to tell you or give you the sauce because they didn't want you to take their clientele. So what I noticed was, I'm like, if I can be genuine and be myself and help others because the other barbers didn't help me out, let me change the narrative. So what I did was I created a group. It was called Barber Marketing Group. That's what it was called before, BMG, Barber Marketing Group. And it was about 10 barbers, and I would just like give them, little information and things that I've learned. And then I stopped for a very long time. When I moved to Charlotte, I told my wife, I said, I want to start that group back up. I want to start a broadcast channel. And I don't want it to be strictly about barbering. Obviously that's my niche, but I want to talk about, helping people in business in general. Because coming here, it was humbling. Okay. I went from being comfortable, making good money, to coming here and being broke, trying to figure out a way to provide for my kids, my wife going back to work. Like, it was super humbling. So, but I overcame that. And as a business owner, that's a great feeling. It's like I did that. So I'm like, I want to give back to the community. I want to give back to the people that might be in the same position as me. So I created Be Crispy Gang. And it's almost to 1,000 people, subscribers now. So that's amazing. Yeah. But and I started it a couple months ago. But in that group, I just give out the sauce. Yeah. I try to keep people motivated. I tell people what I'm doing. I tell people where I came from. And I tell people, like, this is what you need to do if you want to grow. Hey, I just got monetized on Facebook. This is what I did. This is how you can get monetized on Facebook. I'm helping people out. I do have like ebooks and stuff for sale as a digital product on my Instagram, but that's your choice if you want to go buy it, but I try to give out a lot of free information because I understand the law of attraction. Whatever you put out, you're going to get back in return. And I'm really big on that. So I just try to help people. And that's how I created the group, man. I just give a lot of information, tips, gems, the sauce, if you want to call it. And I just keep people updated on there.
Yeah, I was just about to say that too. You took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah,
about what you give out is what you're going to get right back.
Yeah,
and I think, and that's what I despise about gatekeeping.
Yeah,
it's like why are you even doing it anyway? Because literally, what you're going to give to the people.
Yeah,
and the access. Now, you can gatekeep some things.
Yeah, some things I get.
Some things, of course, you want to hold close tight. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the general, aspect of just growing within life, why not inspire someone else to do that? You know what I mean? Or just be a vessel to to actually inspire someone and get them going within their dreams. What do you have to lose from that? You telling me the game is not taking any customer away from you whatsoever. There's enough for all of us to eat, and I've always said that. I've always said that even within the TV news industry, because so many times we get just so catty at each other. Like, I want this, I want this, I want this. So what's for me is for me.
Right.
Okay.
Whatever's destined for you is gonna happen.
If you got it, it was for you.
Yeah.
But what I have coming for me is on the way.
Right.
If it's not already here, and I just got to realize it even more.
That's true.
So that's what you really have to hone into, and that's what I try to even inspire other people to hone into as well. So many people, like, once again within TV, they'd be like, I wanted to reach out to you, but I just wasn't sure. Sure for what?
Yeah, reach out.
Like, I'm human just like you. I had the same beginnings just like you. I've been trying to figure this out just like you. I've been broke just like you.
It's
like,
true. True. Yeah.
Let's get it. We can get to like a higher level and really get to the point where we all can eat.
Yeah.
And I think that's just so inspiring that you're doing that, and I just love it, honestly.
And it feels so good to be able to, help people. Yeah. I was the oldest of 4, so I was always helping my siblings and making sure they was cool, and I just have that mentality about myself. But you know how good it feels when you wake up in the morning and you get a message like, hey, bro, I don't know if you're going to reach out or respond to this, but I love your content. I love what you're doing, and keep up with the group and sending us information. I appreciate you for that. That's a good feeling to wake up and have that, and it makes you more motivated to keep going. So, I think everybody should be wanting to help people. Stop gatekeeping. Stop gatekeeping.
Stop.
Right
now. From the man himself. Be crispy about it.
For real.
So just to wrap it up, just what's one piece of advice that you would give someone who is sitting as a young barber, just don't know. And by the way, too, if I knew, because you posted your salary the other day, like an outlook of your salary, I think you had like a 250 something thousand. So I mean, if y'all see me, you see BD, I don't know what to call it now. You know what I'm saying? Crispy D. If you see like a little franchise of Be Crispy, just know I saw them dollars and I had to get to it. If you see me, popping haircuts out of no doubt. You know what I'm saying? Just know I saw them dollars. All right, I saw the light. But just for yourself, just what's one piece of advice that you would give someone listening to this right now, maybe looking at it, that could be like, okay, cool, bro, I'm on my way.
Honestly, I would tell them to, I hate that it's cliche, but chase your dreams. Like I told you before, when I went to college, nobody wanted me to drop out of college and go to barber school. No, a lot of people told me that I wasn't going to make money cutting hair, but I always wanted to do so. Even working at a corporate job, I used to work at Huntington Bank as a loan processor. I did that for a year, wearing suit and tie and polo and slacks and sitting at a desk and meetings on Monday, meetings on Fridays. I knew that wasn't my purpose. So I knew my purpose was always cutting hair. It was something that I enjoyed, and the money gonna always come. So I would tell, anybody, any barber that wants to person that wants to be a barber, or anybody that wants to be an entrepreneur, chase it, go for it. We only get one life. So go and live it to the fullest. Chase your dreams. And if it fails, it fails. Oh, well, keep trying, But I live by that. I chase my dreams every day. I wake up, cut hair, and do what I love. And I never feel like I'm at work. Yeah. And that's a good feeling.
You be in there vibing, man. You be in there vibing. Once again, still creating that barber space that we know and love.
Yeah.
And putting it into your own spin and your own twist, while also doing the new version of it and doing the social media side of it as well. So all praises to you, bro. Shout out to you. Y'all see me in the streets and y'all see the cut looking fresh, looking nice. Y'all know I ain't gatekeeping no more. This is the man.
Be crispy.
Be crispy. Be crispy gets it done. Y'all, thanks so much for joining us, bro. I really appreciate
you for having me,
man. Appreciate you so much. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you want to come back, you know what I'm saying? You want to talk some more, we always here. You know what I mean? Like, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? I'll sit in the chair, do what I need to do.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back out here, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, man. It's a beautiful thing that you're doing, honestly,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
And I want to see you extremely successful. And I think
bro.
You will be.
Thank you, bro.
You got the mindset, man.
We just elevating it. You know what I'm
sir.
saying? You just got to keep going. And when you keep going, like you said, everything else is going to come in the way.
Yes, sir.
It's going to come out. It's
Yes,
gonna lay itself out, and you keep God first, family
Yes.
first, and love first, and a genuine heart first. Like, it's inevitable.
You're right.
So we're gonna keep it moving. Thank y'all for joining us, man. I really appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all here next week on the Darion LH Show.